welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a Bourjois foundation. It's called Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. This is what the packaging looks like. The foundation comes in a 30 milliliters bottle with the pumps, which is really good because obviously we don't want anything getting inside. So let's start. I have already prepped my skin, so there's well, no primer because I don't normally use primers for my day look, and definitely not when I'm testing a foundation. So there's just under eye cream and a face moisturizer. I'll be using my Real Techniques buffing brush. Okay, so it blends easy. It's, I guess, light to medium coverage foundation. Okay, I will need to add some more, at least a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, it is probably medium coverage. The texture is pretty dense, let's say, because you can see that that little drop is just not moving very much. But anyway, it is very light on the face, which is normally a good thing. So my problem areas, as always, where I tend to get quite red. So my nose, my chin, and a little bit on my cheeks as well. Around my mouth as well. So pretty much everywhere. This foundation retails for about £10–11 depending on where you want to buy it, and according to the description, this foundation gives your skin a boost of radiance with a vitamin-rich fruit therapy formula for an even complexion and an instant anti-fatigue result. Its fresh and instant blending gel texture blends and glides onto the skin for an even natural finish with no mask effect. Imperfections are erased, signs of fatigue are smoothed, and the skin's radiance is boosted for up to 16 hours, made from vitamin-rich fruit therapy formula with lychee, goji berries and pomegranates. And it comes apparently in 6 shades. I mean, so far so good. So it is sort of light medium coverage. I mean, it did manage to cover most of my redness, which is, to me, that's the measure of success. And it distributes really evenly onto the face, no problems with blending at all. I will have to cover my spots with a concealer though, so I will have to apply some other stuff on top of it before I can actually leave the house, and obviously the rest of my makeup. It claims that it will stay on for 16 hours. It is now 7 in the morning, so I will check in, well, not in 16 hours because I'll be already sleeping in 16 hours, but most likely in about 12 to 13 hours, and I will see whether I still have any of this foundation on my face and whether, you know, I am still happy with the look of it. So I'll see you guys in a moment. It has now been over 13 hours since I applied the foundation, and I have some mixed feelings when it comes to this foundation. First of all, because on one hand I think that it is actually a fairly good foundation. It's still on my face, although you can see that my face is really oily at this point. But one good thing about it is that, not about my oily face but about the foundation, is that it didn't really cake up, and that is a very common thing, especially with drugstore foundations, and that really looks, you know, makes your skin look really bad at the end of the day, really tired, really dry and really patchy. So this is one thing that I can actually say about this foundation. Yes, definitely the coverage is not amazing at this stage, but it's not dry. My face is not dry, and pretty much all of the foundations that I have used in the past, like especially drugstore foundations, they tend to sort of absorb, my skin tends to absorb all of the moisture from those foundations, and at the end of the day it seems like I literally have just really thick, sort of chunky powder on my face. That's what my skin normally looks like. This is not the case with this foundation, and I mean, yes, absolutely, I would probably, at this point, if I were to go out, I'd probably have to redo the whole thing. But as you can see, I could actually get away with it with the concealer and powder if I wanted to, and that is unusual for, as I said, a drugstore foundation. So personally, I am actually quite pleased with it. I will definitely continue using it, and most likely I will, you know, write another review on my blog about this particular foundation, because it is actually quite interesting. It's not amazing, it didn't make my skin look flawless to begin with, and now after 13 hours it's definitely not flawless, but the foundation is still on. And one thing that I really wanted to mention about this foundation, and again that's not only this foundation but that's basically the Bourjois foundations that I have recently reviewed, is that it doesn't seem like this foundation gets into sort of like those little wrinkles that I have. So I have like a wrinkle here under my eye, and normally at the end of the day this skin under my eyes especially is just terrible. It's really dry, and I literally look 10 years older at the end of my days. But this is not the case with this foundation, and it wasn't the case with the other two that I have reviewed. And one more thing that I really wanted to mention about the Bourjois foundations in general, because this is my third Bourjois review, I think, in the last couple of months, I guess, is that I don't know what they do to my skin, but it seems to me that my skin is just not as red as it used to be. So after using this foundation, I don't know whether perhaps other foundations actually irritate my skin a little bit, and that's why my skin tends to be quite red. With this foundation, once I've removed it, the following day my skin is not really that red. So I don't know whether that has anything to do with the foundation, or whether that is something completely separate and not related to my makeup at all. I don't know, but I thought it is worth mentioning that in case it turned out that Bourjois is using some sort of different ingredients to other companies, perhaps you know, ingredients that sort of soothe the skin rather than irritate it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you find this video helpful, and I will definitely see you very soon for my next video. Bye!